My mission is to help you reclaim your confidence because we're not too old, we're not too late, we're not too anything. We're just right. We're right where we're meant to be. And this season of life is a culmination of all of our experiences, both the really wonderful things and the really hard things we've been through. It comes with wisdom, and it's a gift to be here in this season of life. That's an excerpt from what I'm sharing here on the podcast today. So grab your warm cup of coffee and enjoy this conversation. Hello, beautiful Redlo women. How are you today? It's Terri here, your coach and biggest cheerleader. I'm here to put a little bit of inspiration in your day. Welcome to the Redlo Women podcast, where we empower midlife women to reclaim their confidence, rise higher, and step boldly into their next chapter. And we do it together. I became a midlife entrepreneur after overcoming my own self-doubt to start this podcast, write my book, and coach women just like you. And I did it all in my 50s. I knew I wanted more after navigating my own life transitions, overcoming some really hard things, and trying to figure out what was next. As I did, I decided to help you do the same. So grab your warm cup of coffee or step into your favorite tennis shoes and let's step forward together. Let's go. When things change inside you, things change around you. That's a quote from Unknown, and it's in my book, Step Forward. And I've been really reflective this week, so I kind of want to dive in and just talk about where I am and just what's on my mind. This is just a conversation today, a little bit of an inspiration to encourage you. I had a conversation with a dear friend of mine this week, and it's kind of prompted where I am. So I hope this helps you. In my book, Step Forward, I talk about the journey of rediscovering who I am, and the journey is to help you rediscover who you are as well in this season of life, this midlife. And I talk about R.E.D.L.O, R.E.D.L.O. That is what the Redlo woman is. It is my avatar. It is the woman I'm speaking to. That word came to me in a dream. And I've shared this on the podcast before. I know it's quirky. It's older spelled backwards. And I say, if Oprah can spell Oprah backwards and have Harpo, I can have Redlo. So the journey for me has been finding my voice, being different, being less afraid to be different, standing out, and to stop playing small. And I was encouraged at one point to change the name of the podcast, which was originally Hello Redlo, and I changed it to Stepping Forward, which is what my book is. And then I decided, screw it. I'm going back to Redlo because that's my mission, that's my vision, and it represents every midlife woman who is stepping forward with her life. So Redlo is the woman, and stepping forward is the action. And I say that Redlo is not just a name. It's actually a revolution. And I've shared this on another podcast before as well. But we're not going back. You know, even though Redlo is older spelled backwards, we're not going back. We're stepping forward. We're rewriting our midlife story. We're redefining what it is. And I'm giving you permission to do that. There's a lot of freedom that happens in this season of life. So Redlo is also an acronym, and my mission is to help you reclaim your confidence because we're not too old, we're not too late, we're not too anything. We're just right. We're right where we're meant to be. And this season of life is a culmination of all of our experiences, both the really wonderful things and the really hard things we've been through. It comes with wisdom, and it's a gift to be here in this season of life. And I want to encourage you to reclaim your right to be seen and heard and valued and loved. And I want you to know that you belong. E is embracing our voice. We stop apologizing for who we are. We stop apologizing for speaking up or showing up or saying the things that we do. And we do it unapologetically. There's strength in this season of life to use our voice and to speak our truth. And that's been my journey. That was my journey starting this podcast, and it was my journey writing my book, Step Forward. D is defining our path. We're not waiting for permission anymore. Step forward and take action. L is leading with courage. I'm encouraging you to take that first step, whatever it is that you want to do. Take that first step. I'm encouraging you, I'm supporting you, and I'm cheering you on. Whatever it is, it's what you're meant to do right now. And follow your heart, listen to the spirit, and lean into it. Pay attention to it. O is owning your space because you belong, period. No more shrinking, no more playing small, no more feeling stuck. You get to own your space right where you are and let your light shine. Often, I think we get trapped inside of who we really are. And as a former people pleaser, at least that's how I appeared on the outside, I've come to realize that inside, I never was. I'm a bit of a rebel. To be really honest, that might surprise some of you. But on the outside, we often look demure and polished and refined, right? But inside, we're not that way. We're a little bit edgy. We have ideas. We have creativity. We think outside the box, right? We might be really curious and dive in and wonder why. Always wanting to solve things and go deeper, right? On the outside, we might cross our T's and dot our I's and say our please and thank yous and show up for everyone else. And then there comes this moment, this one day where it hits you and you can't do it anymore. And that's what I've been reflecting on this week. And I want to share a little bit from my book about why I landed where I did. Because for so long, I was a pleaser. I did everything everybody else needed me to do. I say I was stepping into the next season of life. I realized I had some unfinished dreams and goals of my own. They've been lying dormant because I've been so busy taking care of everyone else. And I decided to spend some time figuring out all the answers to the questions that I've been asking my very active and curious mind. I permitted myself to step into many different shoes, so to speak, and figure out what path I wanted to take and to see which shoe fit. What shoes did I need to step into that were fun, adventurous, creative, and perhaps even a little radical? And then what shoes no longer fit? Which shoes did I need to get rid of? At this point, I felt like I had nothing to lose. And maybe you feel that way too. And so how did I start? I just started. I started right where I was with what I had. I got really curious on a deeper level and tried things that I felt prompted in my spirit to try. Messy as it may have been, I tried several things that sparked my interest. I got my real estate license and started playing tennis, riding horses, taking dressage lessons, and running half marathons. I started saying yes to all the things that my friends asked me to try or join. I went to work at SoulCycle and then Nordstrom. I moved. I helped my mom start a business. Unfortunately, that failed in more ways than one. But that's life. We try, we fail, we rise, we stand up, we step forward, and we try again. Then the pandemic hit. And it took disruption and pivoting to a whole new level for many of us. Like you, I started asking myself a whole new level of what's next questions. I started taking personal development online courses. Zoom became my best friend. And for someone who loves making personal interactions with people, this was hard, really hard. I was so grateful for Jamie Kern-Lima and Brendan Burchard back then in the early part of COVID. Perhaps like you, I was looking for the helpers and the thought leaders to offer hope. I set my alarm each morning at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to be certain I would not miss their Instagram live moments of hope. At that time of uncertainty, they saved my spirit. In that darkness, I learned so much, including remembering what set my own soul on fire. I realized how much I love personal development and human behavior, and I was actually able to put a name on that passion. I love hearing other people's stories. I'm really curious about why we do what we do, and I want to help others step forward with their lives. I believe we all have a story to tell about where we've been, the road we've taken, and how we got where we are right now today. It truly lights me up. For me, curiosity was really beginning to rise. I could feel some excitement and joy in my soul. I could feel the passion returning, a spark, a flame, and a light was beginning to kindle. And through it all, I wrote. Not only was it cathartic, healing, and empowering, but it was a journey back to me. And as I wrote, I realized I was going to be okay. We are going to be okay. I hope that inspires you today. Wherever you are in your season of life, whatever you're struggling with or trying to sort through, start right where you are, messy as it may be. Because the one thing I realize is that there isn't a formula. It's step by step to figure it out, whether you want to write a book or start a business or become a coach or just write. It starts with that first sentence, that first moment of plugging in your microphone if you want to start a podcast. It starts with courage. And we don't always have to know the end. We don't always have to have the end in mind. And so today, I woke up really thinking about this deep in my soul, that there really is no formula. not the kind we've been chasing. To show up here on a podcast or online does not require you to do it a certain way. In fact, I personally think that being unconventional, unique, and different, and thinking outside the box is the very best way. The formula is your magic. It's your voice, your experience, and your willingness to show up and just be yourself. And if you help someone else along the way, that's awesome. But it's that way for me too. It's how I started. And as I've shared many times, when I started this podcast, I told very few people. And when I was first showing up online, my Instagram was under a pseudonym. But I think we often think of these big goals, right? And then we get distracted by all the shiny objects and the latest and greatest things that we think we need to do. And if you're an entrepreneur showing up online and you think your Facebook bio has to have a formula, it has to be done a certain way, and soon you look like everyone else. And your podcast, it doesn't have to have a formula either. In fact, I teach that it should represent you. And look what I did. I went back to what my original vision was. Your podcast is your platform, your mission, your voice, your story. And you have to feel that in your soul. The only thing I tell everyone is choose 5 words or less and make sure that someone else doesn't have the same name. Beyond that, it's yours. It's your creativity. It's your space to be who you are. And much like a book, it's your story. The second thing we do is that we compare. We start to feel like we're wrong. It's a wrong idea if we think differently. We always think that someone else knows more. And those negative thoughts begin to filter in and they keep us stuck. So today I want to encourage you because you are R.E.D.L.O. You are going to step forward and do it differently. You're going to be unconventional. You're going to think outside the box. You're going to show up as your amazing, bold, beautiful, and wonderful midlife self. You've earned it, right? We've spent years doing what everybody else needs. And now you get to step forward into who you are. You get to step into your confidence, your courage, your tenacity, your faith, and your resilience. Own your voice. Know that you're enough. Take that first courageous step, even when it feels really scary. Keep stepping forward. Refuse to quit. And trust that you are exactly right where you're meant to be. And keep stepping forward. Keep rising up, even when you get knocked down. And show up fully as yourself, your most beautiful, wonderful, and radiant self. I'm here for you. And so I just want to encourage you because you're never too much. There isn't a magic formula. The magic lives inside you. The magic is the courage to take action. That's what the magic is. And believing in yourself. I'm here for you if you need support and encouragement. I've made a whole lot of mistakes, and hopefully I can save you some time and encourage you and inspire you because I know that encouragement is one of my number one gifts and superpowers. I'm also able to sort through the clutter and keep things really simple. And so I'm here for you. And just so you know, I'm actually going to start showing up live every Thursday on Facebook right now. And you're welcome to join me. I'm going to have a topic once a week. And so I'll be going live on Thursdays at 5 p.m. I'd love to have you meet me there. And we're going to continue to step forward. I've got some other things that we'll be doing. But now I'm really kind of focused on creating much more of a community. And I think there's a need for it. I think we as women need it. We need to support each other and encourage each other and help each other step forward. And I'll be renaming my Facebook group and kind of going more active with that. So have an amazing day, my friend. Know that you are seen, you are heard, you are loved, you are valued, and you belong. I believe in you. Keep stepping forward until we meet again. God bless. Well, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a few key takeaways that you can apply to your own life today. Be sure to click on the calendar link to set up a free one-on-one call if you're needing additional support and some confidence and clarity to step forward and not only start, but grow your business. I'd love to help you. And if you have a few moments and would be so kind to leave me a review, click on those 5 stars. I would love it. It helps other women know that we're here to make a difference in their lives and help them step forward as well. Have an amazing day.